Howdy folks, Cheeky Sniper here. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I painted my pistol. Painting your gear for camouflage might seem complicated, but this simple technique gets the job done with minimal effort and great results. I've mostly used acrylic colors, however for texturing I've used pigments. I used a sponge instead of a brush to paint the polymer frame pistol, aiming for a more natural look and improved concealment. I'm mixing pigment powder with acrylic paint to create a custom color that closely matches natural earth tones. While this technique isn't strictly necessary, it can be very useful if you're aiming for more realistic camouflage. If you have pigment powders and acrylics available, it's an easy way to fine-tune the shade and blend your gear more effectively with outdoor environments. Now we slowly dip the sponge into the acrylic paint and start applying it onto the surface of the pistol. If the sponge picks up too much paint, you can press it once on a piece of paper or a flat surface to remove the excess before applying it. When applying paint with a sponge to moving parts, it's a good idea to be extra careful at first. Now that we've applied the brown and earth tone as the base layer, we move on to the next colors. At this stage, I used 3 different shades of green to better match the variety of leaf tones found in natural environments. This helps the camouflage blend more realistically with the surroundings. At this stage, we use a clean sponge instead of the one we used earlier. This helps stop the colors from mixing too much. Later, if there are empty spots on the pistol, we can use the old sponge again. This helps the paint look more natural and smooth. Once you've finished painting one side, feel free to continue with the other areas right away. Acrylic paint dries in thick layers, so you don't have to worry about it running or dripping. In this part, I used a brush with powder pigment to soften the harsh edges between color transitions. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this step is not necessary. If you don't have powder pigment, you can still soften the edges by gently dabbing a clean sponge over the areas where the colors meet. The result looks awesome, even better than we expected. This was the very first video on my channel, and I hope it gave you some solid tips for your own painting projects. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Gameplay videos are also on the way. Stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one.